Well, over the hump we go. It's the show about food, fun places, and the mayhem of life. Welcome to your Wednesday as we come on into the Beach House Beach Bunker. Oh, we've got chairs for you. Beach chair always waiting for you. As we get set to tackle a Wednesday together, betting on the end of Canada. Betting companies attempt to take your bet on whether Canada will exist in the coming months. How much can you put on there? What kind of odds are they giving? As these tariffs apparently are coming in on Saturday, what we can control, our spending. A lot of people are online showing pictures of American products and its comparative Canadian competitor. Everything from ketchup to snacks and everything in between. Are you going to take part in that? Is it going to be a Buy Canadian campaign? Why that whole thing can be problematic, and we'll explain why coming up. Also, we'll explain why the province of Ontario apparently are they bouncing checks. Doug Ford sent checks to every kind of hey, I got to help you out checks. They were $200, and people took them to the bank machine and tried to deposit them, and some people had less than $200 in their bank account. They put the check in, and then they went to go spend it, and they got one of those warnings that said you're overdrawn. And they're like, wait a second, I just put a $200 check from the government in there. Boing, 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 boing. An explanation from the folks involved coming up this morning, and why that's kind of scary when the government is bouncing checks. What the hell? We're going to also share with you the story of a plus-sized rapper who tried to get a Lyft driver to give her a ride. He refused. He said that she might pop her tires. Oh, is he being cruel? Or can that actually happen? Enter Mythbusters. And why Facebook is going into war mode. Instagram, even Elon. There are war rooms set up this morning for something called DeepSeek. Maybe you've heard it in the news. Maybe it's appeared in your feed. Oh, remember the days when TikTok was the only Chinese app that anybody had to worry about? Move over, TikTok. TikTok is the appetizer, the main course. She's a-coming, and it's called DeepSeek. We'll explain coming up on the show. Locally, we could be in for a blizzard this weekend. Well, not exactly a blizzard, but Early models are showing the potential for about 10 centimeters of snow in our area. I just want to put that on the radar. I know how we like to travel in this part of the world on weekends, and the thing is that the weekend travel could be hampered by 10 plus centimeters of snow across southern Manitoba. Again, the models are early, but we are much cooler today than we were yesterday morning. Double digits, minus 12 at the beach bunker, minus 15 at the airport. With the wind chill, feels like minus 21. We will be mainly cloudy today, but still warm, high of minus 2, and more single digits for Thursday. But then things cloud over, they get cold, and we're going to get snow starting Friday night, and it'll continue right through the weekend. It's more an issue of how much snow we're going to get this weekend. Not if it's going to snow. It's going to snow this weekend. We're just waiting to see how much snow, and it could be significant. But again, it's early. There's our temperature map this morning. We're part of the coldest end of the country. Ontario really getting it. So is Quebec this morning. And then here is our wind chill map. Before we get into our good mornings, good morning. Wednesdays are awesome, and sun seekers once again scattered all over the place at different sun destinations. So many people on vacation. It was vacation planning day yesterday. Everybody sharing their plans of where they're going to go someplace warm. I've been saving up to go to the grocery store. Lots of talk on the grocery store today, and American versus Canadian products. People are already starting on Facebook. The hacktivists away. We'll talk about that coming up in a second. First, just a quick reminder that the platforms of which you are watching and listening to me on are almost exclusively American, and so I hope you stay with me through this war that is about to erupt between our two countries. I do apologize. I am physically at this moment in Canada. But Twitch is an American platform. We're also on YouTube. It's an American platform. X, yeah. Meta, Facebook, yeah, some guy named Mark owns it. He's American too. And apparently we're not supporting anything American, so maybe I'll just go outside and holler at the moon. TikTok. TikTok's not American. It's Chinese. So you could always watch me over there if you're really taking part in the massive war embargo. There it is. Those are the platforms we're on, although we move exclusively to Twitch for hour 2. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Welcome to a Wednesday. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. We are going to get to yesterday's good thing in just a second, where we talk about something good that happened to you yesterday. But first, our good mornings. Good mornings. Like to do a little roundup and say hello. Thanks for swinging by. Thanks for popping in to give us a wave, a thumbs up, a sunshine emoji, sometimes a little glass of wine emoji, coffee emoji, whatever. We know you're there. You're watching. You're lurking. We would love to see you participate. Again, to sign up for a Twitch account is absolutely free. And I'm still explaining to people, if you've got a smart TV, it's already there. It's already in your TV, and you can watch this on TV if you want. You can make it part of your morning routine, and we would love that. You could have me on in the background, yapping away, and then on your phone, you could be interacting with the show. That's what people like to do. Some were watching on the iPad or on the iPhone. We've got Tosh Road Reverend, and MJ in on Twitch this morning, along with Zumba Bernice, to wish everybody a happy hump day. Al is back again on TikTok. Lulu and Raul are here on TikTok too. And Polar Bear is here on Twitch. Janine's here on Facebook. Harry is here on TikTok. Good morning to you. Cindy is here on Twitch. Easy does it on those roads up in the Dauphin region. I saw Cindy had posted there were some closures late last night. Those highways have since improved, but things are slippery. Man, it's the winds. You have the winds blowing the snow onto the roads, melting that snow, then it turns to ice, and then it makes things brutal. Not to mention the drifting that's happening, too. Some of the drifting in open areas was just awful. Our winds today dying down, west at 20. So not quite. They were gusting to like 50K. That's when things can get pretty wonky. Hi, Tracy. Hello, Dave and Leonard on TikTok. Good morning, good morning. Katie, 4380, good morning to you on Twitch. Nice to see you. Megan Oakley is here on Facebook. Hi, Megan, and good morning. Molly is back again for more fun and frivolity with turkey emojis. Turkey, turkey, turkey. Someone's into some turkey. Debbie Kynock is here. Hi, Debbie. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you, too. Nick Adams is here. Sharon Walters. Hi, Sharon. On Facebook. Nice to see you. Debbie is here on TikTok. Hi, Debbie. Just going to give you a wave there. Hope your Wednesday is off to a great start. You've got your coffee. You've got your device ready to rock and roll. You are ready to face the day. We've got just 3 days to go until the weekend. You're just about there. MJ waving and heart emoji. Quentin is here on Twitch. Mavis is here on Facebook. No more snow, please, says Cindy. We'll put the order in. No more snow. We've had a lot of moisture. We're good on the moisture. We're all good. We're all good on the moisture. Loretta's here on Facebook. Wendy Tremblay, I'm lurking. That's okay. Good to have you lurking. Thanks for letting us know. You're technically not lurking if you're telling us you're lurking because you participated. But that's awesome. Winner's bell. We have lots of lurkers. That's okay. You're welcome too. Come on in. Beach chairs for everybody. Love the lurkers. I love the lurkers. They're just quietly sitting there being entertained by the rest of us. We love you. Patricia Lane is here on Facebook. Well, hello, Patricia, and good morning to you. And Tracy Rogers here on Twitch. And Faye is here on TikTok. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're going to talk a little bit about betting today. I guess I have to be careful on that, don't I? Last week, I was talking about getting 50-50 tickets through a local event called Egg Days, and TikTok gave me a punt, and I was in TikTok jail. So forgive me if I proceed with caution when talking about wagering. They got AI scraping all the audio and video. Okay, I said wagering, and I'm still here. It's entertaining. It's interesting. I promise. Okay, we're getting into the GTs. Not to be confused with the DTs. The GTs are much more fun. GTs are good things. We like to start the day with some good things, and it really doesn't get much better locally than getting word yesterday that our national park is allowing boats on the lake again in 2025. Yeah! That's okay. Hey, Molly, we keep the show moving. That's good. We're going to get to your good thing in just a second, but this is big news here locally. Now, just a little bit of background on this. Last year, there were no boats allowed on the lake. And I mean, this is the premier lake in our area. It's our national park. And those stupid zebra mussels, they're these tiny little, they look like clams. And they're tiny, and they reproduce worse than rabbits. They get into everything, everywhere. They'll clog up motors, engines, dams, water supplies. You have to put crates and screens over water intakes because these little guys, they're little bastards. They're little bastards, the zebra mussels. And they're causing all kinds of problems. And the environmentalists, they knew it. And when one was found at the lake, they went into panic mode. And rightfully so. They caused a lot of destruction. And so they closed the lake down and they tried to eradicate them. They tried to get rid of them totally. And it was not a successful campaign. It's hard to do. It's like looking at your lawn full of dandelions and saying, okay, unless we nuke the whole grass with the worst chemical that could burn the grass, we may have to live with the dandelions. And it looks as if that's what's going to happen here with the zebra mussels. So they've come to terms with the fact we're going to have to live with this, and they're going to let boats on the lake, one boat, one lake, which means that there's going to be some paperwork to fill out if you wanted to take your boat to another lake, because they're trying to avoid this cross-contamination. Now, I don't know how strict they're going to be. I'm just full disclosure. I don't know if they're going to just restrict it to the one lake. It's what's in the name, one lake, one boat, one lake. But I'm also reading reports that say that if you undergo an inspection and they do a wash of your boat, you may be able to take it to another lake. Bottom line is the good thing across the area today is that Clear Lake is going to have boats on the lake again. And that has obviously got a lot of people very excited. Summer is going to be fantastic. And this is great for business, great for boaters. And so that is definitely a good thing, I would say. Stephanie's here on TikTok. Hi, Robert. Good morning, Sabrina and Joe. And who else do we have to say good morning? Lillian Campbell on Facebook. Hello. Okay, Molly says, GT. More DJ sets yesterday. Went for yet another bike ride. Do you have fat tires on your, not flat tires, do you have fat tires like the winter tires on your bike? I seen some people in Winnipeg bike riding on the weekend, but they had these big fat tires. I'm like, man, I can barely stay on a bike in the summertime, let alone the winter time. I'm gone in the ditch. Forget it. Kathy Yates, good morning. Good to see you. Keith Bazin is here. Hi, Keith. Hello. Tasha's GT had another biology class last night. Drop in to see another teacher who I love dearly, and had some visiting time, catching up. That is fantastic. Very, very nice. Now, just regular tires. Good for you. Holy man, you are brave. You are brave. I've also seen them with like tank tracks. Bikes with those kind of look cool. They're fat and they look like the tracks on a tank, except one is in the front, one is in the back. People are pedaling around town, and it helps them from falling down and into the snowbank. Angela Damaris on Facebook. Good morning. Good morning. It is good to see you. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Paul on TikTok. Nice to have you along. Yesterday's good thing. The weather was beautiful yesterday. It was great to get outside, do some walking. Hopefully you didn't have any driving to do yesterday. Those roads were not very nice. And, the other thing is that if people haven't been keeping up with snow shoveling and putting the salt down, walking too can be a little dangerous. So, Sunseekers, be careful. You could end up on your keister pretty darn quick when we've got this melting going on, and there'll be more of that likely today. And with all the snow we've got lying around, creates a lot of ice. So be careful when it comes to not just driving, but walking too. We don't want to see any broken wrists, broken arms, anything like that. And plus, you don't want a bruised keister. Keith on TikTok says, just passed through Brandon on my way to Plumas, the thriving megapolis of Plumas, Manitoba. North of Neepawa. I know where that is. I used to have a friend from Plumas, Manitoba. I knew one guy in Plumas. It's not a very big place. But my friend in Plumas had relatives in BC, in the Vancouver area. And he used to love to tell this story when he was a kid. He'd go out and visit his family, and they would be watching Back to the Future. On the couch, sitting watching Back to the Future. And all of a sudden, this car pulls into the driveway, sports car. Out jumps Michael J. Fox. Opens the door, and he says, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? He plops himself down next to my friend from Plumas. So my friend from Plumas looks at Michael J. Fox, then looks at the TV, watching Back to the Future. Then looks back to Michael J. Fox, then looks back to the TV, watching Back to the Future, and goes, oh, I'm tripping. True story. It turns out Michael J. Fox, when he lived in BC, were friends with my friend from Plumas' cousins, and was over all the time. But how bizarre would it be to watch a movie starring somebody who's sitting in your living room. That'd be freaky. But cool. And how do you take that selfie? Can you get in the front? Okay, get over here. Move over here. We got to get me and the actor, and then we got to get the TV in the background so that we can all get in this bizarre shot together. I got to share this with everybody. I got to share this with all my friends. I'm watching Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox. We're going to watch Family Ties after this. And what other shows was he in? Canadian guy. One of our Canadian exports that would not get across the border after Saturday. No. There's a war brewing. No, just say no. Oh, man. Mama Sunday says, Michael J. Fox is my hero. I would have probably fainted. He was a very cocky person. I remember asking my friend from Plumas. It's funny, I can't even remember my friend's name. I knew him 30 years ago. And I said, what was that like? What is he like in real life? He says he's very high on himself. He's very confident, and he swears a lot. That's what stuck out for me because my friend was bothered. He says, he's on TV and he does all sorts, but it's F this, MF that, MF, GD. He rips him down. Now he's much older now, much more mature. But I thought that was a good story. Loretta says, I slipped last night. My ankle's sore. Ooh, well, the good thing here is that you didn't break anything or sprain anything. Not a lot of good things happening. Come on, guys. Help me out. Come on. Peter says, good morning. What's the eat for today? I've been looking for something besides Burger King. Did they extend the $5 Whopper deal? Is that it, Peter? On Facebook, you're just like, okay, as long as it's $5, I am going to keep going there. Dr. Sen. Peter, cholesterol, quadruple digits. Peter, slow it down a little, but it's $5. You know how long it's been since we've had a $5 burger? Quentin tells us, and he has met all of Hollywood's biggest and brightest actors, that it is weird meeting actors, but most of them are really nice. And it's just a day at work. After all, Quentin does spend time with us, and he's just a normal person, even though he is one of Hollywood's biggest stars. We know that. We love you, man. We love that you're down to earth. And so approachable. No more good things. Come on, you guys. I know it's tough. I know that. Think of something good that happened yesterday. Did you try some new chips? Did you have a new soda like Nick did, where he had the Orange Crush this week? Come on. There had to be something good. There was nothing good in your day yesterday. Not one little tiny thing. Not one little tiny thing that was good yesterday. Here's another one for me. I'll up it even more. I had a nap yesterday afternoon, and I was reading this morning that there are now sleep vacations. Hotels and hotel chains, resorts are making some huge money just doing the whole sleep vacation thing. What's a nap, says Cindy. Okay, now we got Derek coming in. Made some chicken wings in the air fryer. Oh, did you do them in the air fryer? Nice and crispy. Some chicken wings with some hot sauces. Oh, yeah, and you had a ton of those hot sauces that you got for Christmas, which is pretty awesome. Thank you for sharing. KDD 4380 GT watching Landman on Paramount. What a great show. Okay, here we go. Ryan, GT, Jets win another one. And I got to work beside Trev Webb serving up liquor and talking football. Nice. He'll be serving up liquor, I think, again tonight. Wee Kings are in action. And a quick reminder that if you need some hail damage repair, if you want to get ceramic coating on a vehicle that you just bought that you're invested in, please take it to our friends at Auto Fashion, MPI and SGI accredited. What a reel we shared yesterday, seeing Herman in action. Seeing Herman in action, doing what he does best, and that is getting the dents out of these vehicles and the tools this guy's got. It is so amazing. It's on my Facebook page, or go visit, better yet, go to Auto Fashion on Facebook. Give them a follow. Some of the videos that they're putting out right now, they're very cool because you want to see how they can make scratches, dents, and dings like they never even happened. And they take you behind the curtain a little bit. At Auto Fashion, at 255 17th Street North, behind Lee's Buffet, next to the Big Green A's. Murray Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC Certified Service Express, 1500 Richmond Avenue in Brandon, the official oil change of the Tyler Glen Show. And Sunseekers, remember, they make a donation every time that oil gets drained and gets freshened up. Your filters are replaced, your fluids are all checked and ready to go, tires are checked, you're good for your winter driving. They're making a donation. And that donation goes to Bear Clan, Helping Hands, and Samaritan House. Get a multi-point inspection while you wait. No place better. 1500 Richmond Avenue in Brandon. And Kuiper's Family Bakery. Peter, what I want you to do is go over to First Street. Later today, go into Kuiper's Family Bakery. He's looking for something good to eat. Go for a pizza bun, but buy 2 of them. They come with real pepperoni inside the bun, real Canadian cheddar cheese wrapped inside the bun. It is Tyler Glen approved, the pizza bun. I have to say it's my favorite. It's been a year, coming up on a year that Kuiper's has been a sponsor on this show, and I've tried almost everything in that store, and everything is good, but oh, those pizza buns. I'm such a baby for those pizza buns. Cannot go in there without getting one. They make sausage rolls, cookies, tarts, cakes, and of course, breads, buns, and all kinds of stuff. Go in there, Peter. You won't be disappointed. Tell them that Tyler sent you. Check it out. Yes, it's Brandon's Bakery, Kuiper's Family Bakery. 1411 First Street, just north of the First and Richmond corner, beside Tasties, okay? Hey, Lillian's got a GT. She won pork chops at the meat draw at the Army and Navy last night. Yeah! So, tomorrow's good thing is we are all going to Lillian's for pork chops for dinner tonight. Lillian's got them. She's got them marinating, and I think she's got enough for all of us. I think it's going to be great. Thank you, Lillian, for the invite. We love you. Yes, it's going to be fantastic. Pork chops on Lillian. Brian will help. Make Brian help out. He can grill. I know he can. Okay, let's go to Spain today for our first beach break in the morning. If you're new to the show, we're always at the beach. Oh, and this is a beautiful one. Teresita Beach in Spain. Oh, look at this. Oh, yeah.
Salty air, perfect days. Smiles and waves in the haze. Shaking it in our ways. One step closer to the fun. Bright days, we're on the run. Every moment sparkles and shines. Beach vibes in our lines. Let's go to the beach, oh yeah. Get closer to the weekend, we don't care. Sun seekers feel the heat. Dancing to the ocean closer to the weekend. We don't care. Sun seekers feel the heat. Dancing to the ocean beach. Let's go to the beach. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Get closer to the weekend. We don't care, we don't care. Sun seekers feel the heat, feel the heat. Dancing to the ocean beach, ocean beach. Oh, ocean beach.
Oh, yeah. When we say we got beach chairs for you, we got beach chairs. Lots of beach chairs, stacks and stacks of beach chairs. This is Terracita's Beach in Spain. That is a live shot for a Wednesday afternoon where it's just after lunch and people are basking in the heat. Palm trees are swaying. It is a gorgeous afternoon. Sun seekers all over the planet enjoying the hot weather in various locations from Jamaica to the Dominican Republic, and of course all kinds of vacations in Mexico taking place right now. Coming back to southern Manitoba, I apologize, a couple of our road cams are not doing their job this morning. That's from Manitoba 511. We are seeing still some slippery conditions north of Riding Mountain National Park. They did have to close some highways north of Riding Mountain Park last night because of the icy conditions. We've had some melting in the area, and that mixed with some blowing snow has made for some slippery conditions, and still a little bit tricky this morning when you're hitting the highway. On Monday, we did have some school cancellations. Nothing to mention this morning. But, yeah, it can get really slippery at times. So please be careful wherever you're headed. And there is some snow in the forecast, actually. We are expecting about 10 centimeters of snow coming this weekend. That will depend on how far north it goes. The parkland, I'm sorry, you can pretty much expect it. We're not sure how far south it will come. But we are expecting some rather heavy snow accumulations coming for the weekend. Now, as far as our temperatures go, we're going to be nice today and tomorrow. It's Friday and into the weekend. When the snow comes, the cold returns too. -2 for the high today and -3 for the high tomorrow. It'll be cloudy both days and then cloudy into the weekend too, and those double-digit highs return with that snow on the weekend. So more like our regular January that you're used to. Here's our temperature map this morning when we compare to how everyone else is. Texas is out of the deep freeze now. They're back into the green. So is Florida after that week of cold. Hope you guys enjoyed that little blast of Canadian air. The blast. How did you like the blast? The freezing temperatures they got. Freeze those oranges right on the vine, man. Thankfully, that didn't happen. I don't know. Are we buying frozen orange juice from America anymore? Next few days are important. The next few days, we're going to see how things roll. Apparently, we've got some tariffs coming, potentially. And that could be bad news for us, obviously. This is all part of the U.S. president saying that he would like to make Canada the 51st state because, they do so much for us, and he feels that we've been taking advantage of them. And this morning, news that a company that was going to take bets on the future of Canada is not going to be allowed to do that. Do you bet on sports? Are you, and be honest, do you play these sports bet? Every time I watch any kind of sports event, there seems to be these ads on TV. Bet this, bet that, Sports 99, Sports 65. MGM betting, and sports betting and all this and that. It seems to be everywhere. And I worry about kids. I mean, if you're a grown man and you're going to decide that you're going to bet on a whole bunch of sports and you get carried away, I mean, we all have to make those decisions. But when you're a young person, of course you're supposed to be an adult when you're sports betting, but that's not always the case, right? Because it's done on the internet. A gambling firm in Ontario mulled betting on the future of Canada. This is how serious this is getting, folks. Is that taking bets And what would you bet? What are the odds? What are our odds of surviving this next few days? Powerplay.com was the company that was going to do it. And I stress was going to do it. Apparently, regulators stepped in and said, no, you can't take that bet. A public affairs firm reached out Monday about Powerplay.com's odds on whether the United States will annex Canada. Yet a day later, a representative from the same public affairs firm said the proposed bet was being called down, taken offline because of compliance concerns. Powerplay operates under strict adherence to regulations, and that is regulated by the province of Ontario. Trump's repeated threats to put tariffs on Canadian exports and use economic force to have us join the United States has put everybody in knots, from Winnipeg to Ottawa. Yesterday, it was announced that the federal government is ready with pandemic-style financial relief for businesses and workers who may be affected by these tariffs that could start as early as Saturday. Across the border, Polymarket is allowing users to place money on various scenarios in Canada, including whether this country will become the 51st state. What are the bets, though? What are the odds? Because if you've ever bet before, there's good odds and bad odds, right? Good odds mean that it's a sure thing. What is Vegas putting on us for odds? Look at the betting, power play betting. Oh my gosh, so much sports betting. Then they go into the rules and regulations of what you're allowed to bet on and what you're not. But it's pretty incredible. There's all kinds of things you can bet on. You can bet on everything from the coin toss to, whether the songs will be any good on the halftime show, colors of costumes that they're going to wear during the halftime show. You can bet on anything. And now apparently you can bet on whether Canada is going to exist in the coming months. What are our odds? So I go to ChatGPT, and whenever I've got a big question on anything, I go to ChatGPT and I say, ChatGPT, I need some Vegas odds. And ChatGPT responds, well, that's exciting. What event are you looking to bet on? A sports game? An election? An award show? Or something else? I can help you find the odds for anything you want. And I'm like, good, because I want to know what our odds are. What are our odds that we're going to survive this meteorite coming at us at a bazillion miles an hour Saturday? Kaboom! What are our odds that we will make it through this crisis? And ChatGPT said, that's a pretty wild bet. However, I am not at liberty to provide the odds on that bet. However, if you're serious, you could check offshore sports books or political betting markets. Otherwise, you might have to convince a high roller to take your bet and do it privately. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm like, no. I want to do this. I just want to know the odds. I don't want to put a bet. I just want to know what our odds are. What are our odds of pulling through this? I want good odds, because then I can go, Because before the election, Vegas said Trump's going to win. And all the media are like, no, he's not. Kamala Harris has got this. And I'm like, no, I'm not. What does Vegas say? Because when there's money on the line, they don't mess around. They go with the sure thing, because Vegas, you're dealing with money. Vegas doesn't like losing money. They like making money. Quentin says we're cooked. As much as I was for Trump's skill set, this has gone from riding his ship to conquering and building an empire. However, we won't become a state willingly. Or will we? Because if this goes through on Saturday and the economy starts to tank and we see shortages of things like food and stuff like this, could get very scary real quick. And I say could, I'm going to get to the odds. I want to see what our odds are. What are the odds from Vegas? And I can't get them through ChatGPT, which I found interesting. So I kept trying this morning, and it just kept running me around in circles and circles and circles. And it actually used the same language as they did in Ontario with the Lottery Commission. This would be considered novelty betting. And this event is a rare event based on world events. So then I thought, okay, it's not going to tell me. So then I'm going to go to Gronk over on X because Elon doesn't care. He's not listening to any government, and he's just going to give us the straight goods. And I want to know what our odds are. Loretta says, I don't want to be American. If something like that were to happen based on what I read, we would become a territory like Puerto Rico. We would be up here doing our thing. Most stuff would stay the same. We wouldn't be able to, it would, and again, these are scenarios, but what are the odds? I want to know what our Vegas odds are. And Gronk gave me the odds. And there is some encouraging news here. The odds of Canada becoming a part of the United States, according to the latest Vegas odds, are 10-1. Not way out in outer space, not 1,000,000-1, not 1,000-1, but 10-1. What does that even mean? Well, it means that it could happen. It could happen, but again, we're dealing with odds. And I said, can you please provide some examples of what a 10-1 odds is like so that I could grasp it in my mind? I know 10-1 means that the odds are in our favor, that it's not going to happen. In horse racing, 10-1 horse is considered a long shot, where the horse would be expected to win only 9% of the time. And then in this case, the horse is Trump. He's more like a donkey. So 9%. It's not 1%, it's 9%. In football, a team with 10-1 odds might be considered the underdog. Okay, that's good. That's good. In a game like roulette, betting on a single number, you know, the big wheel in Las Vegas, if you bet on 00, and I think there's only one, there's a 00 and a single 0 on a roulette wheel, but there's only one of each, and there's a lot of numbers on the roulette wheel. So for you to bet on that 0 gives you odds of 35-1. Incredible odds. General probability. A 10-1 event in terms of probability means there is a 9.09% chance of the event happening. Comparables could include any scenario where success or an event is unlikely but still within the realm of possibility. You do always have a major upset in sports events. You have unexpected political outcomes. Remember, these odds are about probability and payouts. And in this case, I'm not betting anything. I'm not playing this game. I just wanted to know what our odds are, according to Las Vegas. I wanted the straight goods. And it's 10-1, 9.09%. Quentin says, I have a hard time believing Canadians want to be absorbed. Of course they don't. But neither did Ukraine. Ask the Ukrainians. That's a little bit of a different situation. There's weapons involved. Trump has said, no, military's off the table. That's never going to happen. I'll just do it economically. He said that. He said that. I'm going to take Canada economically. Do I really think that's the play? I think he wants something else. Again, no one knows. I guess Melanie Joly, our foreign affairs minister, is headed to Washington. She's going to meet with the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. The two of them are going to sit down and talk, but I think these are coming Saturday. There was a press conference yesterday, and they said it's still going to start Saturday. So the odds, though, are in our favor. It's not zero. I wish I could say it's zero, but it's not. But what can we do? Well, people have taken to social media to say, oh, yeah, well, then I'm not going to buy any American stuff anymore. Well, like I said earlier this morning, okay, that's great. You're not going to buy. So then I guess as of this weekend, we can expect this. I mean, I found this very entertaining. Because in our town, when I come down the hill, I come down what's called 18th Street, and I look over to my left, headed south on 18th Street, and I see, oh, look, it's Wally World. And it's slammed. There's no place to park at Walmart. We don't have a Costco. But you know what? If I could ask anyone in our region, what store would you like to open up tomorrow? The number one answer would be Costco. They're dying for a cut. They want a Costco. So I'm just throwing it out there because Costco Canada, yes, it says on my receipt, Costco Canada. It says on my receipt, Walmart Canada. Yes, guess who owns them? So what are we going to do with all the empty parking spaces at Walmart after Saturday? Are we going to have a hockey tournament? Are we going to flood it, make some ice? What can we do? Because I'm expecting it to be bare for those who want to take part in this. Okay, we're just good. The point I'm trying to make is that they're already here. The device you're watching the show or listening to, Apple is an American company. It's already intertwined. It's going to be a very tough thing to do to keep it 100% Canadian. It's going to be incredibly challenging. Not to say you shouldn't. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I mean, you could go to, say, a Giant Tiger and buy your French's ketchup. We were talking about that yesterday with the closure of PV Mart, that there are still some Canadian retailers, a handful of them still doing quite well. I think you are going to see a lot more people flip stuff over and see where it's made, where it's coming from. Because at least it gives the average person some feeling of control. But I think that we should be forgiven if that's not always possible. Because this is something that has taken place for a number of years. We're just a tiny little country. We're cute and adorable and nice and Molson drinking. Hi, Lindy. Quinton says economically it would just be a slower death than a physical invasion. Yes, I would have to agree with that. A physical invasion would be very ugly. And it would only be tanks rolling through town. Everyone would just be like, is this a parade? I don't have news on Facebook. I don't have news. Is this a parade? Are they throwing candy? What's going on here? No? They're oh. Okay. I see what's happening. Loretta says the people over the fence don't like Trump. They should protest over there. Quentin says if anyone has PV Mart gift cards, you should probably go use them up. Why? Is something happening at PV Mart? Lindy says Canadian Tire will sell groceries now. LOL. I am not making this up. We talked about that on the show yesterday. What does Tracy come home with yesterday? Ketchup chips in a brand I'd never seen before. And you know me, I have never met a bag of ketchup chips that I didn't fall in love with. So, and they were actually pretty good. I said, oh my God, these are fantastic. Are these new? Where did you get these? I've never seen these brands before. No, I got them at Canadian Tire. Wow. Didn't have that on my bingo card. Yeah, Frank's. I didn't have that on my bingo card. Frank's is pretty good. I don't think they're the best ketchup chips I've ever had, but they're Frank's. And I thought, are they associated with Frank's Red Hot? I couldn't really tell. I don't think so. Loretta said it's going to be a bumpy ride. We'll get through it. Well, as I mentioned, there is going to be some cash coming our way. By the sounds of it, looks like pandemic-style relief will be coming. But, back to the whole boycott of American goods, the Prime Minister said, yes, as Canadians, we have to start doing things like buying Canadian ketchup. Go to French's ketchup instead of Heinz. Then Heinz got all upset saying, okay, listen, we use Canadian tomatoes in our ketchup. So then Trudeau had a little bit of ketchup on his face. Because Heinz, even though it's an American company, was using Canadian tomatoes in their ketchup. And now word this morning, people have been buying the Heinz. It's ketchup wars. The label says product of the USA, Heinz.ca. See what I'm saying? This is like a rope that's intertwined. Our countries are already very, very, it's the politics that's different. The politics is different, but our supply chains are intertwined like a rope. It is intertwined. The Canadian tomatoes could go across the border to a U.S. factory to be processed, then shipped back into Canada to be put into plastic bottles that came from the United States. And ta-da, like our cars are very much the same way. Some parts come from North Carolina, others from Georgia. They come up to Detroit. The car gets mostly assembled. Then half the car might get, or the engine components might get shipped to Windsor. Then they put in the transmission and then you ship it back. So where's this car made? It's tough to tell. The plot thickens. The Justin Trudeau Heinz ketchup controversy. Consumers battling over product in the U.S., product of the USA. Kraft took aim at the Prime Minister, saying the comments he made were inappropriate. Heinz ketchup is made in Canada by Canadians using Canadian tomatoes. The company then ran a full-page ad Monday in the Globe and Mail. Apparently, the American bottles are shipped up when demand spikes and they can't keep up. Kraft Heinz sold off its 100-year-old tomato processing plant in Leamington, Ontario, leaving local farmers and workers in the lurch, and that set off a rivalry with French's ketchup. After backlash, Kraft returned to producing ketchup in Canada in 2020 and went back to Canadian tomatoes. So it is definitely, like Molly says, it's a mess. It's a mess like a hot dog. Ketchup and mustard all over your face. It's a mess. We're going to need a lawyer to decipher what's Canadian and what's not. It just so happens we have one. She doesn't deal with things like importation law, though, but she does deal with real estate and wills and business law. You know who I'm talking about. The great crew at Law Office, sponsors of the Tyler Glen Show. They believe in forming lasting relationships while taking care of your legal needs. If you're looking at getting a new crib, not a crib for the baby, crib for yourself, new house, new cottage, some kind of land transfer. Remember Law Office. If you're thinking of making some business changes, and that could be coming for you in the coming weeks, contact and consult Law Office. Wills and Estates, Law Office. 642 18th Street, Unit A, across from the RBC on 18th. You know what? We are just 48 hours away from a big day Friday. Tim Hortons and the Special Olympic Donut Day. It's actually not just one day. It's the entire weekend. So amidst the chaos, I do want you to remember that there is a bright, shining light of goodness over each and every Tim Hortons location across Canada, because we're going to be supporting Special Olympics athletes with the Tim Hortons Special Olympics donuts. You can pre-order your donuts at timhortonswestman.ca. They've got some whipped cream on top, Looks to be cream cheese icing with some different colored sprinkles. They are beautiful. Share them with your friends, your family, your coworkers. And this weekend, remember, Special Olympics Donut Weekend starts first thing Friday morning and will end at midnight on Sunday. And 100% of the proceeds go to support Special Olympics athletes locally, right here in our area. Tim Hortons in Brandon, Verdon, Neepawa, Dauphin, and Moosomin. And our friends at Co-ops of Westman. Co-ops of Westman, you're at home here with your local co-op. If you want to not only find great Canadian products, but this is a grocery store that doesn't have corporate ownership. This is a farm supply store that isn't owned by a corporation. These are gas pumps. These are gas pumps that are owned and operated by the community. Co-op means community. When you shop at the co-op, when you visit the co-op, you are reinvesting back into the community because all profits go back into your community. So if you want to do the Canadian slam dunk, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't, but I know people are into that right now. You might want to consider making it co-op. Finding your Canadian products at the co-op would be the slam dunk that you're looking for. Co-ops of Westman.ca, Heritage, Pembina, Twin Valley, Valley View, Boundary, and Hamiota Co-op too. Mavis says, I prefer French's ketchup. Less sugar, more flavor. I like sugar-free ketchup. I can't remember the brand. I don't buy it. Loretta says, Trump cut off funding to so many things. So sad. I know. It's he's doing, what is he up to? 300 executive orders now. He comes in with shock and awe. Shock, yes. Awe, not so much. I don't think. It's more like, ooh, shock and ooh. We knew 2025 was going to be bumpy. I have not lost hope. Sunseekers, 2025 is going to be a great year. I promise you, as long as the stream can keep going into season 6, who knows? Because full disclosure, and this is important, this show is produced by my production company that I've owned for 19 years. That production company almost exclusively serves U.S. customers. It was set up that way 19 years ago. I've had 19 years of blessed success with it. I really have. It's one of the reasons that I was able to, get my kids through school, go on our vacations, have a few of the extras in life. It was a good ride. And with what's about to come, and again, this is just disclosing where I'm coming from. I mean, I might lose most of my U.S. business. In fact, I can see it on the decline now. But these things happen, and I had 19 good years, and this show is still running, but there is a tremendous amount of uncertainty. And I get it. I understand it. And I feel it. I kind of have a front row seat. And, we'll have to just see what happens. But I can certainly understand people's anxiety, that's for sure. That we don't know where this is going or how this is going to play out. Derek said he had broad egg noodles. Oh, I've had those. They taste like Baba's noodles. He says the only ingredients are flour, water, oil, and salt, just like Baba made. He said they're so awesome. Peter says, I'll be back again tomorrow. See you again, cowboy. Cowboy. Okay, Peter. All right, Peter. Thank you. TikTokers, Keith Bazin, be safe on the highways. Teresa, Tracy, take care. Joey, you too. Thanks for being here. We got to split. We're moving the party over to Twitch. It's VIP hour now. VIP hour. This is where things get really crazy and wild and inappropriate and borderline 18 plus, 21 plus. So anyway, we are going to move things over to Twitch. And thank you, TikTokers. We'll see you again for a Thirsty Thursday tomorrow. Be safe and have a great Hump Day Wednesday, okay? We'll see you again soon. What are you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? TG. What you gonna do? I can't do nothing. YouTube, see you later. Bye. We're moving over to Twitch now, okay? Bad boys. X, see you later.